In 1985, I wanted to climb this mountain. Just imagine you are 300 meters above the ground and suddenly you have no more power to continue that climb. Where would you end up? Somewhere in fresh air. Our problem here was not the difficulty of the climb, it was the weight of the rucksack. We looked into that rucksack and asked ourselves what is really essential for success and what is just excess weight, what we have with us because we had it in the past. Everything else into that rucksack, and then we wanted to throw it down to the ground. It changed our world dramatically. What was really hard work before became suddenly an aesthetical dance. We catched up in the difficult part of the wall and reached the summit of the mountain after 13 hours of climbing. What we threw down to the ground was not the rucksack. What we threw down to the ground was wrong thinking. There's a high relevance for every company in that story, because every company has to stick to the rules and the laws of development and change. You cannot rely on plans, you cannot rely on fixed targets because of a highly dynamic environment every business is in. You need to have a smart approach to uncertainty. Be prepared to repack your rucksack. We have to eliminate hindering organizational structures and processes, bureaucracy, and we have to eliminate the wrong thinking we have. Challenge for a leader today is that people always ask for clarity, and there is a lot of unclarity out there, a lot of fuzzy images of the future, and my stories are the perfect approach to help them to rethink their approach to management. I asked myself, would I really like to climb up that wall? And the answer was yes, of course. But it was the wrong question. I had really to ask myself, do I really want that? Am I able to do that? And am I willing to bring all the effort that's needed to make it to the top? I discovered in that moment that we have two different categories of goals. We have goals of wish, and we can have goals of will. And to make things happen, to develop goals of will, you have to talk truth to yourself and to talk truth in a team. As leaders, take your time to involve your team in a dialogue to develop goals of will.
Rainer's talk was so brilliant. What really empowered me the most was how he took his stories and applied them to life's principles. It's a speech that I will definitely remember for the rest of my life.
Define minimum requirements you want to achieve and group opportunities that could be possibly realized around it. I call this an opportunity cloud. Constantly learn and iterate towards that goal, because you have to adapt and to learn. What you need to succeed is a leadership team with clarity, commitment and collaboration.
Really inspired me.
This presentation touched on all the senses.
The world will never be the same because a speaker like you exists.
I talk about my doubts, my struggle to become a good climber and reach my successes. Makes it possible for them to talk more open as well about their doubts and their struggles. A lot of companies see uncertainty, the uncertainty of the future, as a threat. In fact, it is not. Uncertainty is an invitation. It's the invitation to make something great out of our future together. I wish you all the best mastering your next summits. Thank you.
It put me on a path of new direction. Actually, any word I say about that is sort of not enough. Just got emotional after his speech, and I'm struggling to get emotional now, but it's the best speech in my life.